Why do hackers do what they do? Is it for politics, revenge, or profit? For attention, or to prove they're smarter than the rest of us? Whatever their reason, there's always a motive pulsing behind the keyboard, one that, in their eyes, justifies what they unleash online. Meet Anonymous Sudan, a digital collective that shook the world of cybersecurity in 2023. They claim to be hacktivists fighting for Islamic and Sudanese causes, defenders of faith and justice in a world they saw as hostile to their beliefs. But as their attacks grew in scale and sophistication, investigators uncovered something deeper, darker, and far more complex. Anonymous Sudan wasn't born in chaos by accident. The group surfaced in early 2023, emerging from the shadows of Telegram and dark web forums. Their name echoed the legendary Anonymous, but their operations were distinct, less about ideology and more about disruption and power. They launched waves of distributed denial of service (DDoS) attacks that flooded and crippled websites around the globe, leaving chaos in their wake. Their objectives were loud and bold. They claimed to strike against countries and companies they accused of being anti-Muslim or enemies of Sudan. But beneath that message, investigators found traces of profit motives, evidence that Anonymous Sudan also ran a DDoS for hire business, offering their destructive tools to anyone willing to pay. Ideology mixed with extortion, faith blended with finance. The perfect storm of hacktivism and cybercrime. Their visual identity carried the familiar echoes of Anonymous: hooded figures, shadowy backgrounds, and digital slogans draped in Sudanese colors. Their Telegram channels became digital war rooms, broadcasting targets, demands, and claims of victory. Their words were part rebellion, part marketing, a performance that kept followers engaged and governments nervous. But talk soon turned to impact. In June 2023, Microsoft's cloud empire trembled. Outlook, OneDrive, and Teams went dark for millions as Anonymous Sudan launched massive DDoS assaults on the company's global servers. Microsoft later confirmed the incident, identifying the group, internally tracked as Storm 1359, as the source. The hackers boasted that the world's largest tech giant had fallen to their will. For a brief moment, they had the internet's attention. Only weeks later, they turned their digital cannons toward X, formerly Twitter. Their message to Elon Musk was unusual. They demanded he activate Starlink satellite service in Sudan, claiming it would help their people stay connected amid war and censorship. When the platform suffered extended outages, Anonymous Sudan celebrated it as a victory for digital justice. Their campaign didn't stop there. Governments, airports, banks, and hospitals all found themselves in the crosshairs. From Sweden to the United Arab Emirates, from Kenya to the United States, they left a trail of digital smoke behind them. At their peak, Anonymous Sudan claimed responsibility for over 35,000 cyber attacks, including against major U.S. hospitals. Incidents that forced medical facilities offline and delayed patient care. The U.S. Department of Justice would later call these attacks not acts of activism, but acts of cyber terror. Then came the fall. In October 2024, the United States unmasked the faces behind the mask. Two Sudanese nationals, Ahmed Salah Yusuf Omer, 22, and Allah Salah Yusuf Omer, 27, were indicted for leading the group. Authorities said the brothers ran an international cyber attack network that rented out destructive power for money while hiding behind the rhetoric of religion and resistance. Their tools, with names like Godzilla, Skynet, and Infra Shutdown, were seized and dismantled during Operation Power Off, a coordinated global takedown involving the FBI and international partners. In the aftermath, the group's online presence faded into silence. Their Telegram channels went dark, and the flood of DDoS claims stopped. The digital storm had finally quieted. Still, Anonymous Sudan left behind questions that echo through the cyber world. Were they true believers? Digital warriors fighting for a cause? or mercenaries cloaked in ideology? Were their attacks acts of protest or simply profit-driven chaos? And in an age where a few lines of code can disrupt entire nations, where is the line between resistance and cybercrime? Their story mirrors the paradox of the internet itself, a place where activism and anarchy can look almost the same. Their actions caused harm, yet their message drew attention. They reminded the world how fragile our connected systems really are, how one group, one idea, can shake even the biggest names in technology. Anonymous Sudan may have vanished for now, but like their predecessors, they left behind a symbol, one that warns, provokes, and fascinates. A reminder that behind every mask lies both conviction and consequence. So the question remains, if you could wield that kind of power to take down giants, to speak for the unheard, to expose the corrupt, would you use it? Would your actions make you a hero or a hacker? Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next videos.